Good morning. It is Friday, March
Yes, thank
25th.
God.
Yes. You're TGIFing?
Oh, hardcore.
You're feeling it? You're feeling it? Yeah,
Yep.
there's so much to do, so little time, 168 hours. How do you squeeze it all in? Carefully, she said, carefully. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. We're going to get right into, first and foremost, a really big deal because this has been put to bed for a couple of years because of our dear friend COVID. It is back. It is on May 4th. If you enjoy being outdoors, if you enjoy seeing other humans, if you happen to also enjoy golfing, if you just own clubs and like swearing, present company included. Yeah, I don't fancy myself a golfer. Was it? I always get it wrong, and I'm probably quoting the wrong president, but I believe it was. I'm going to get it wrong. I think it was Roosevelt said, "Golf is a great way to ruin a horrible way to ruin a great walk." Something like that. So yes, I've put my team together. They're asking you to put your teams together for the Keller Williams Coastal Lakes and Mountains or the KWCLM Classic. It is back at the links at Outlook. The Classic. Yep. That is a Wednesday.
Tim Lindsay is stepping up for his 19th shot at the
The
first
worst, yeah, the
tee.
worst part about these things, they're all jacked up. So there's definitely a bunch of people watching you tee off, and it is what it is. What I'm smart enough to do is surround
Lindsay
myself.
has not returned from the woods yet. He's MIA at this
No,
point,
dude.
and we're going to go ahead and go to hole number 9.
Yeah, we're gonna head over while Lindsay continues to look through the roughage. The beauty of real estate golf, which is where historically I played most, right? You know, like all the things that we have. There's one for Stratford County. There's one for Seacoast, which is over at Wentworth, which is gorgeous. So ours is at the links at Outlook. And that is on Wednesday, May 4th. You see the details in the news. Scroll all the way down, and you'll see the logo for it. And put your team together. It is $150 per person. There's going to be a continental breakfast. There's also going to be a lunch and awards afterwards. I love most of these things have come up with not the there's the winner, and then there's the most honest team, right? Whoever came in dead last, which is always fascinating to me. Now, somebody's going to put together a really good team. I would argue I have a very good team. We're not the best. I'm there, so that automatically knocks us out of any winning potential. Sean Cody, phenomenal golfer. He would not say this, but I'll say it for him. Nolan Wallace, phenomenal golfer. He's from South Kakalaka, so like when he told his first story on like one of the first times we played, he's like, so my granddad, and I'm just like, oh god, his grandfather taught him down in South Carolina, so like we're in for it. He hits those low rising, just above your head. What do they call it? What do the lay people call it? I think it's a piss missile is what people will refer to it as. Yes, just yeah, if you don't duck, you're going to get hit in the head, but it goes 400 yards. And Ryan Pettigrew. So I've got a good little foursome together. They will carry me. The best part about real estate golf or any sort of fundraising event is they're typically scrambles. So no matter where I hit the ball, and I'm pretty good keeping it in front of me. I'm super short, 5'9".
That's not the good thing you think it is. Keeping it in front of you. That's 180 degrees. Okay, in front of you.
No.
Such a general term.
Ask my boys on my team. I'm pretty good. I keep it on the fairway. The problem is it's only 13 feet in front of us. Like,
okay.
yeah,
in
like,
front of you, different.
yeah,
meaning,
like
yes.
like Nolan
Okay.
Wallace on a 30% stroke is going to hit it way past. Like, yeah, but every once in a while, because they're all heroes, they put them like into the woods, and I'm the safety shot. Anyway, $150 a golfer. It's $600 a team. There's other sponsorship opportunities, so just click that link for May the 4th. This is going to be a great day of golf. Every penny of profit. Obviously, we have to pay for use of the course. There's some people that need to get paid. Every penny of profit above and beyond that is going to KW Cares. So please get involved in this. A phenomenal day. Why are we doing it so early? Because you want to be first. You want to be the first one at the kitchen table because 82% of our sellers work with the first person that they talk to. So Nathan said, let's do it early because people are going to be excited to get out and people will be excited to golf. So May the 4th is happening. Your opportunity to play golf and raise money for KW Cares. And It's filling up pretty quick. We have a pretty cool name that I came up with. I think I told you I went online to see what people were using for Star Wars themed team names. And some of the good ones, C3PO, Pro V1 Kenobi is probably my favorite, but it's out there, so I'm sure somebody's going to use it. So I came up with these aren't the scores you're looking for with the Jedi hand wave. So that's us, and I can assure you with me in the foursome, yes, I have 3 very patient friends I'll be golfing with. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. Any other questions, we can certainly answer those for you. You left the screen. I was wondering if you were coming back with like your Billy Baru club or no? No?
That would be my Big Bertha.
Oh, well, yeah. What do you hit for clubs, by the by?
I'm Callaway.
You're all Callaway. Okay.
I've been to Callaway for years.
Yeah, I still have the clubs that I got during college. Yes, they're made of wood. And yeah, persimmon to be exact. Cameron has those now, and then Aiden has my club, my last set of clubs, and then a couple of years ago I got the Taylor M2s.
Yep.
And like I've
had these. I got the old man clubs, the big wide friggin' things that basically
your driver looks like a hamburger bun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an excavator. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to.
So you're going to do golf? Yes. Go to do the Lord's work. What's that?
Ace Hardware spade.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Why do you have all that equipment with you? You haven't seen me golf yet. So that's coming up May 4th. We're excited about that. Please lean into that, and that is in the news. Also, just to tease it out so people know, before the pandemic hit, I used to always travel on Thursdays, and obviously that stopped.
You're going to do it.
We're going to talk about it a little bit because the schedule is out there. We're going to talk about it a little bit, a little bit. Okay. So on Thursdays in April, I'm going to be hitting the road again, and Zoe's going to be hitting the road again, and we will be going to.
I should have got the music.
Oh, do you have music for that?
I should have done it, but we'll do it when we get closer.
What is it? Is it Gumball Rally music?
On the road again, Willie Nelson on the road again.
I'm thrilled you couldn't find it. Keep not back. Looking for Willie Nelson plays. Thank you.
I will be right back.
Anyway, no, it should be Journey, Highway Run. Anyway, so Highway Run. You want me to keep singing? Nobody wants me to keep singing. So on Thursdays, starting in April, we will be rotating wherever Zoe is. I won't be. We're going to go to our offices all over the footprint for the most part. So you'll see that coming up in your calendar. And just a friendly reminder, because as this conversation started to come to fruition, and we intended that, after the first of the year, and then, of course, we were going to get through Bold because we were all involved in Bold. I knew that April, because next Thursday we're doing Quantum Leap. Jesse Davis will be here Monday to talk about that. So I knew that April would be the starting time for us to do this. And as I'm talking to people and people around the office are finding out about this, this is really cool. I'm looking forward to that. Now, what people need to remember, said with love, every Sunday I'm texting your production group for an 11 o'clock mastermind on Monday. And we do proven cappers, and then we do emerging cappers, and then we do future cappers. So if you're anywhere between 0 and quarter, you're a future. Anywhere between quarter and full, you're an emerging. And after you cap, always a capper, a proven consistent capper, a repeat offender. And I just want to make sure people understand that because they're like, cool, it's going to be great to be able to do that again. Well, we do it every Monday at 11, said with love. I appreciate that we are going to be, heading to offices, and for the most part, we are setting these for 12 p.m. on Thursdays. So if we have the ability to have some of our great allied resources help us out, these will be there'll be some snacks available. What I like to call not a lunch and learn, but a chew and do. So you'll be able to have a snack. We'll be able to rub elbows with each other, share best practices, talk about our challenges, go over scripts, whatever. So it's town hall style mastermind coaching with myself and Zoe, and again, we'll be in different locations. Every once in a while, we will plan to be in the same location because coming to a theater near you as well. There's a little bit of a tech road show that's going to be starting up soon too. More details on that to follow. So Zoe and Robert and myself will be moving around once again now that we're through this. So I'll just throw that teaser out there. You're going to see this in the calendar, and you're going to see it'll say, Zoe, where she is, and what time you can join them. And these will be in-person events. Okay? Sound good? Excellent. We got through that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good, and I'm excited to get back out there. And obviously, as we work around this, you're thinking, okay, well, he or she are going to be in our respective offices on this day at 12 o'clock. Above and beyond that, as we get into it and get into a groove with things, what I historically did in the past was I would also have one-on-ones and team-on-ones around that mastermind. So if you want time to sit with, I can sit with you and your team, or individual agents, or if you're a rainmaker and you want to have just a conversation, me and you. There'll be time for all that because I will be getting to these offices and I'll be spending most of the day, not all the day, but most of the day because I get on the road and get home to see my family. Because when I go to North Conway, that's a good solid, if the cops aren't looking, that's a good solid 90 minutes on the road from Straftopia without fail.
Wait, just don't let your kid drive.
Yeah, well, he can't, so that's fine. Yeah,
Well,
he can't.
But,
Well, the good news is I already talked to Krista, and in April, when I intend to be in NOCO, is also the day, this wasn't planned at all, is also the day they're having a soiree on the deck. Yes.
That sounds fun.
Yes. So coaching and cocktainies, and you'll see that date coming up in April. So we will start in April. I'll be at certain offices every Thursday. Zoe will be in a different office every Thursday, and we'll take it from there. And this will continue until we have to stop, which should be at the corner of no and never again. So we're looking forward to that. Really important to remember, too, next Thursday, a week from yesterday, next Thursday, we are doing, it's a digital opportunity, so you can do it from the comfort of your couch, Quantum Leap. So Jesse Davies is a certified QL trainer for KW Kids Can. He'll be leading the conversation. I will be joining him for that. We both love this class. This, to me, is the class that sets our brokerage apart from all the other brokerages and our fearless leader, Gary Keller, apart from all the other founders and owners. He does a great job. This is really his love letter to real estate. And I think if you have Thursday available, if you're coming off of Bold and you've been holding Bold, Thursday's open for Bold and that mindset, give us one more week next Thursday and join us for that. That's also in the news. If you click the link, you'll see that we are asking for KW Kids Can. We're asking for a donation. It's not required. If you can chuck $1 in, cool. I think it says $15. If you want to let me know that you adore me, you can do $22. We'd love that. But we don't need your money. We need your face in your digital seat to join us for that day. That's going to run 8:30 to 3, and that's next Thursday. We talked about golf. We talked about the road show. We talked about Quantum Leap. What are we missing? Today at 11, profit share. So every other month, Robert, we always talk to somebody about profit share.
I thought you said puppet share for a second.
Yes, puppet share. You know I'm a sucker. I think Suzanne, I think Zoe, Susanna, Kaylee, and my wife definitely know I'm a big fan of puppet appendages. Puppet arms. Like how listen. When you see a puppet and it's flailing around, go back to Sesame Street. Not that I watch all the time, although today the number was 2, the letter was Z, and the color was green. Anyway, I don't watch it every day. I'm just kidding. Puppet appendages. How can you not love a good puppet appendage? You don't love puppet appendages?
Well, first of all, the only puppet that I'm familiar, other than the obvious Sesame Street things, is a Randy Feltface, the purple one.
Sure. Okay.
Very adult. Very adult.
No, we're not going there. We're not discussing adult puppets. Don't want to know what you guys do with your weekends.
Fair.
Nope, no thank
Just
you. No,
saying,
thank you.
One of the funniest people I've ever seen. But his appendages are wild and flailing. So yes.
Perfect. How did we get
so
to puppet
I'm on the same page with you. I think that I just lean a little bit towards mature humor.
Sure. That's okay.
Or is it immature humor?
That's fine. We appreciate that. We have the great Christian Scott joining us today at 11 o'clock for profit share, not puppet share. Although now maybe maybe I'm going to weasel in. If we ever have a month with a 5th Friday, probably not going to happen. At 11 o'clock, we'll do puppet share. Everybody can bring their puppets. Yes, that'd be great. No, today at 11 o'clock, profit share. Every other month, we talk about the mechanics of profit share, and then this month would be the other month that we're going to talk to somebody about their profit share, what it's doing for them and their family, and above and beyond that, just to get to know Christian Scott a little bit better, hear his story and his journey as a KW agent. Also, a member of our current ALC, which is not a sports injury, it is our Associate Leadership Council. That's at 11 o'clock. We've got the brokers at 1 o'clock. And you've got Robert at 2. If you've got questions, always available at 2 o'clock. You go to KWTechTV.com. There's a green room. I guess it's a blue room.
It's a blue room now.
It's a blue room. You're gonna wait there politely, so everybody has their minutes with Robert to ask their question, get their answers, and all the stuff about the things.
And remember, it's not a training room.
Oh yeah, well help me with that. Let's talk about that for a second.
So, a lot of people that I think the tech lab is for a place to come and say, so I was thinking about learning about smart plans. That's not what we're there for. It's a 1 hour. We got a limited amount of time, and I've got a stacked up people outside the room waiting. So if you had a question about how do I add an email to a smart plan, come on in.
Yep.
But if you're looking for training, you got to book time on my calendar, and you got to plan in advance. The calendar gets very full. Timewithrobert.com for training. That's not, and that's the other thing. On the flip side, don't book time on my calendar if you have a problem. Come to the tech lab, because that's what it's for. And I have some great resources for you that I'll be starting to post in the tech lab waiting room, so that you can get support even faster than dealing with me. So if you want support quicker than dealing with me, I've got solutions for you. But think of the tech lab as a support lab.
Sure. I love that you made that differentiation. When we talk about smart plans and campaigns, and we talked about this the other day, smart plans are the great Gary Vaynerchuk book is jab, 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 left hook, right? And the mentality that smart plan is to stay in touch, to stay connected, and to nurture. The campaign is date or event specific, right? So to Robert's point, you setting time to meet with him, and if you're like, hey, I'm gonna stay tuned up. We got some great veteran agents under our roof that meet with you on a pretty regular basis to stay tuned up, right? And then, so use the analogy of the car. I don't have a food analogy that's coming to mind, which is killing me. Use the analogy of your car. If your car is in disrepair and not functioning, then you need to jump in and have an emergency meeting with Robert, and that's why we have that 3 times a week. But to understand how your car runs, so you can repair certain items along the way, because he's teaching you as an apprentice mechanic.
Regular maintenance.
Yes, regular maintenance, right? So your car breaks down less if you're constantly working on it and making sure that when Robert says to do something, that you're doing it, as opposed to you get to an event and you're like, oh my God, I need to run a smart plan, or I need to run a campaign for my open house that was yesterday, but I haven't moved everybody out of my phone into my thing, and I don't even know what the difference between a smart plan and a campaign is. Said with love. Said with love. So that's a really good idea. I'm sure it was at some point during our discussion about puppet appendages, which if you're just joining us now, you're like, God, I got to go back and watch this.
I've got whiplash.
So to give him credit, the only reason that we're here having a conversation about golf and puppet appendages and Quantum Leap is the great Nathan Dickey. And I love him. And people always say, God, Nate's awesome. He is awesome. And he's also on camera. Who's not on camera? Who's behind the scenes? Who's always watching? And really, really finger on the pulse. Is it a dog or what's happening? You're pointing to the side.
That's Nate. He's finger on the pulse.
Yeah, he's always watching. Always watching. No. Like finger on the pulse, though. Like truly, truly steering the ship. The great Susanna Shaw, who just checked in to remind us. She's like, if you haven't gotten to it yet because you're busy talking about puppets, could you remind the masses? You'll, listen, different gifts. God. Different gifts. God bless Susanna for her tolerance of me every day. If you haven't seen, and if you're down this way, you may not have, but we can tell you it's Vote Lakes Best. VOTELAKESBEST.com. VoteLakesBest.com. And there's an opportunity there to go to, you'll see it's under, I believe it's under Home and Garden. When you click into the link, because you're voting for the best around the big puddle that we call Winnipesaukee, and that region for that matter. So you're going to go into Home and Garden, and then you're going to see all the real estate stuff, and they've really made it user-friendly. Thank God, because I'm not user or friendly. You click that link, and when you vote for best agent, it will then say, do you want to stay in the same category? And then vote for brokerage, and then vote for team. So please go vote for one of our great teams, one of our great agents, and of course, if you're looking for, it's Keller Williams Coastal Lakes and ampersand mountains and KW.KW.KW. It's not that way. But yeah. So there's 3 categories in there: agent, team, brokerage.
You got to sign up for the newsletter to get all the letters.
You can vote once a day, and thank God Susanna brought that up. She just checked in on the hot phone, and I was able to figure that out. So if you're wondering why I'm dressed like a sherbet nightmare, just don't forget.
Oh my God, it's Friday.
Don't forget, it's Flamingo Fridays until it snows or I run out of shirts, which isn't going to happen. So you can't really see the vacation chickens because I have a pink one on today, but they're there. Because they're a little. There's one. Hold on, wrong side. There's one. I can't.
Hey! Careful!
Yeah. I'm turning myself on. And
careful.
then I have this one. My wife's like, "What is that?" It's actually ice creams on a stick. Very summery. Yeah, it's my ice cream pocket square. I shop at a fat kid store. Everything has food on it, so it's just very exciting. Yeah. So I think Robert, we've almost covered it all. I mean, we certainly haven't, but we brought you up to speed for the week for sure.
Yeah, I think Susanna and Kaylee are probably sitting there going, "Yeah, you're done."
Well, I feel like I should have. I was going to say more puppets. I don't have any puppets in here. Although at one point I did. I do have a chicken. Nobody should be shocked. I do have a chicken hand puppet with appendage legs named Gary. I think he's in storage because I moved in October 1st. I'm actually getting to the point where you can see the floor in here, which is very exciting. So we're not there yet. I do want to bring this up. If you are not leaning into, and it's the first thing in the news in the morning, clicking the link to join James Shaw, it's twofold. He's going to hit Facebook at 8 o'clock. And they are nearing, on the Facebook page for Pivot Shift Ahead, they're nearing 100,000 members, which is amazing. Now, here's the thing. There's about roughly, I'm going to ballpark this and definitely going to be wrong, there's roughly about 170,000 in North America. And the 100,000 is not representative of just KW kids because when he started this, he started 2 years ago, March 16th, right? When he started this, he opened it up to everybody. So it is a universal call. Kids from other brokerages can come in and be part of the conversation. I would argue the percentage of people from other brokerages is probably smaller. It's mostly KW kids. The beauty of that call is you've got people from the West Coast. You've got people checking in from Hawaii, from all over the globe to be on that call because you can just click the link and be on the call as long as your alarm goes off. The fact that our VP of Education has been leading a call for 2 years, and outside of family vacations, he was on a cruise last week with his daughter and his wife. Outside of that, and even then Bree jumps in and takes over, he's been on all the calls. And so ask yourself, if you got friends that play elsewhere, is the vice president of education, probably not a role at other brokerages, is their vice president of education getting up every day to lead a call at 8 o'clock with a pre-show that arguably starts at about 7:35. So there's a whole, if you click the link to go right to Zoom, it starts at 7:35, and then he sort of shuts everybody up, and they could be talking about anything. His favorite movie, Robert, do you know what his favorite movie is? You'd never guess this. If you listen to James Shaw and you hear him talk, and he's just brilliant, one of our best maps coaches on planet America. His favorite movie is Friday.
Is it L?
Friday. Friday.
That's
Friday.
Not.
He's the kid, and I can say this because I'm as much of a dork as James is. He's the kid that was probably the try-hard hip-hop kid in high school. Like, you know, you had like the hammer pants and all that stuff. You know, you shopped at Chess King. I didn't shop at Chess King. Remember the store called Oak Tree?
I used to shop at
I'm not picking on you. I shopped at Oak Tree. Do you remember Oak Tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that hip hop urban store that they dropped in malls that weren't.
Yep.
Yeah, and
did you have Deke Everici jeans? I don't think you did.
No. I was like that, the hammer pants or like the wool tweed pants with the ridiculous socks that I still wear. At one point, I'll leave you guys with this because you'll lose your mind. At one point, I did have patent leather camel hair shoes.
Huh.
Ask my wife. She still married me. I mean, those were gone by the time she came into the picture. But yeah, somebody just said cross colors. Yep. All the stores. The stores. Patent leather and camel hair. It was the thing.
I need to stop talking to you about the past.
I've been a pretty princess my whole entire life. I own it.
Yeah.
I own it. So James Shaw on the call, by the way, back to our point. We always get sidetracked. I wish you wouldn't pull me off the rails, Robert.
I wonder who does it.
Yeah, son of a. So So a great point was made today by one of the people in the pre-show, and this is I'm just letting you know the value of the pre-show. If you're awake at 7:30, go to Zoom, and when Facebook starts, you'll still be in the Zoom room, but you're part of the same conversation if you have time. And I think the conversation this morning is really valuable in talking about the lack of housing and the struggle we're having with creating new housing. Gary's T-shirt about buy dirt. Right, we have the oldest housing stock on the planet here in New England, and the struggle bus of the price of materials and all this stuff. And one of the things that came up, one of the girls from somewhere in the country, I think she was down in Louisiana. She went to Washington. She signed up for RPAC. RPAC is the lobby group that fights for our rights as realtors. When you see your dues come through,
not the right to party.
What?
They don't fight for the right to party?
No, not this week.
Okay.
Beastie Boys reference. God bless you. Yes. Go get your Z Cavariccis on. I'll pick you up later on my Gremlin. So she was there with the group, and they were talking to some legislators in Washington and asking what they think, and some of the people in her group were talking about what they think are causing some of this crisis. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. And whatever kids decide to do after high school, no judgment. But I think our country, to a man and to a woman, said you've got to go get a college degree, and this. It started a run of people not even considering the trades, right? And for every person that's not considering the trade, you have to remember there's somebody like me. There's somebody, I'll pick on Adam Dow because this is his quote that I have stolen and used, and I love it. I have a toolbox. Inside that toolbox is a pen and a checkbook. I have no skills when it comes to that. I hire people that know what they're doing. Right. And the number of people that aren't leaning into apprenticeships or internships or getting into the trades. And one of my good friends that I go to book club with, Coach, who I golf with at Pease during the winter, he's a general contractor. And he's like, there's nobody coming up. His son's going to be an engineer. Right. So I think that's a really important thing to remember and to encourage kids. Like if they want to get into this, one of my best friends from childhood, Bill Sweeney, his daughter, decided to leave after the K-8 she was in. She went to a tech school down in Middlesex County. I think she went to the Voc or Lowell Tech. I forget what it was. Now a plumber printing money. And it's a small world after all. My mom had something going on in the last few months. Billy Sweeney, my best friend from childhood, his daughter walks into my parents' house to fix an issue at my parents' house, right? And my mom's like, this is like unbelievable. And she looks like she's like 6 feet tall. She looks like a model, and she's marching around doing stuff that I couldn't do, right? So I think there's a huge void there, and the kids not coming into the trades, the lack of man and girl power in these fields are leading to all of this. Because right now it's like, I'd love to build new. I do have land. I can't find a developer or a GC that isn't booked through 2038, right? And again, think about what kept us going for the last 2 years during the pandemic. It wasn't Waldale's. It wasn't Home Depot. It was small business owners, you guys. I'll blame it all on real estate. I think real estate and the fact that we were able to keep so many other industries going because we were still selling houses powered our country. A lot of other things took place, but we could have done nothing, and you guys powered through it. And I think that conversation this morning was eye-opening, really valuable. And if you're missing the pre-show, if you're missing James Shaw at 8 o'clock, just give it a shot. Make it part of your day. Some of our best agents at our market center are online for that. They hang out and listen to us talk about puppet appendages and our schedule and what's coming up here at the market center. And then at 9 o'clock, they're off and running. And they're setting their appointments for the rest of their day. So we invite you to do that. If you're looking for Babs for marketing to help you with your campaigns and your smart plans, you can go to timewithbabs.com, B-A-B-S, timewithbabs.com. If you're going to vote today, it's Vote Lakes Best, right? Vote Lakes Best. Do we have the link?
I don't have it in front of me.
I'll look it up real quick. Vote Lakes Best. Hang on. We're just checking in real time because nobody's perfect.
I don't have it yet.
I'm just going to confirm this. I just wrote Vote Lakes Best. Dear Lord, I'm pretty sure it's Vote Lakes Best because I just looked it up, but I'm just going to confirm because, we get confused. Don't want to steer you wrong.
It is. Best of the Lakes region, Vote Lakes Best.
Yeah, votelakesbest.com. You're going to go down to Home and Garden. You're going to find your first real estate category. You can vote once a day until you can stop voting. And we certainly want to make sure KWCLM gets the brokerage. We want to make sure one of our Great Lake teams takes the team trophy, and then of course one of the agents within those teams, or one of our great solo agents, takes the trophy as well. Because you guys certainly deserve it. So let's support each other, because when it gets to the Seacoast one, we're going to send out the same link, and the kids up north are going to vote for you guys. So without fail, let's support each other. If you need Robert's face, he's available at 2 today at kwtechtv.com for your open door lab hours. You can also book with him at timewithrobert.com. If you need me, it's meetwithcoach.com. If you need JV or Jason, you're calling Jason at 603-234-2589. If you've got comments, questions, concerns, hopes, and dreams, or just need help with a script, it's 603-834-2856. Did you find Willie Nelson, or are we just going to shut this down? Nothing?
Oh, I've got it.
Play it.
Are you not hearing it?
I do not hear it.
Oh no, it's not coming through to you. Oh, well, I've got it playing in the background.
Okay. Well, thank God you can hear it. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in and around the Market Center. Oh. Now we need Country Roads, Take Me Home. See you guys.
I can do that.
Don't